Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera. So our topic for this week is regional economic integration. So last week we already learned on what is international business and why we need to do international business and how to do it. Now in this week, our discussion is more on it's still how to do business, but it's more on the rules and regulations and what we need to know the regional economic integration means the agreement between among the countries to reduce the tariff, tax, or they want and they only want to use one economic or political structure. We will discuss thoroughly in the next subsection. All right. So why we need to integrate? Why we need to have unified or one system? Okay. Because we want to reduce the barriers to export and to import the product, so it can increase, it can increase the trade, and it also can facilitate the international business between these countries, because when we do international business, it's not that easy because different country, they have different economy, political and legal systems. Okay, I will talk about this in the next slide. So before we go to regional economic system, we need to know that every countries, they have their own political system, whether it is collectivism and individualism or democracy and totalitarianism. And for second one is economic system. Of course, we have different economic system, which is there are three types of economic system: market economy, common economy and mixed economy. And the last one is legal system. There are three types of legal system. We'll talk about it in the next subsection. So why we need to integrate? Because international business are more complicated compared to local business because of these differences, these three differences. So guys, you have to remember there are three differences, which is PEL: political, economic and legal system. All right, in terms of political system, collectivism and individualism. In the collectivism economic in the collectivism political system, we are focused on the country is focused more on the goals, the collective goals over individual goals. Okay. Usually in this ideology, they believe that the ownership of the production and the common good of society is believe that is a public ownership, meaning to say, for example, communists believe that socialism can be achieved through violent revolution and totalitarian dictatorship. So this is, for example, North Korea. Okay. And then individualism, this one is we believe that as long as you are working hard and work hard, and it's up to you. Okay. And it's up to you. Whoever who work hard, they will gain more. Okay. That is opposite to collectivism. All right. And to be more specific, there are four main political system in the world, which is monarchy. This one is from generation to generation, a family like Queen of England. Brunei also. Authoritarianism is political system controlled by rulers who deny popular participation in government, this is also similar to totalitarianism, which is political system which the state seek to regulate all aspects of people's public and private lives. So the government interfere in every aspect of life of their citizen, like North Korea. Okay, for democracy, Malaysia also we have a democracy system, which is the ruling power, whoever got the majority vote, and then they can be in power. All right. Okay, so second is market economy. In the market economy, we have three types of market economy. MCM, okay, market economy means free price are free of control, private ownership is predominant, and this is can be found in Africa or the Middle East. Okay, all right. And then the second one is a common economy, which is government control all of the decision making for owning common, right? So the government will instruct what price are set by central planner. So whatever they want to produce in this common economy, the government will decide. Okay, so the individual, the citizen doesn't have the say. Okay, and mixed economy, they are mixing both market economy and common economy, right? Okay, so the third one is legal system. This is the differences. We are still in differences in what we call it in the structure. Okay, in the structure we have the differences in political, economic, and legal system. All right, so there are three main types of legal system in the world. Common law, based on tradition, precedent, and custom. This is more flexible. Okay, so the judge have power to interpret the law. Okay, so civil law. Okay, this one is based on a very detailed set of written laws and codes. Theocratic law, this is based on religious teaching. Okay, for example, we have hukum hudud in Islam. Okay, so and it's also when we talk about theocratic law, the banking system, we have banking system based on Islamic. So this is one of the theocratic law here. Okay, so when we have different types of law, we also, when we do contract is a document that specify the condition. Okay, when we do business, we have the contract that we have to follow. Okay, whatever stated in the contract. And this is what affected when we do business overseas, because different country, they are following their own legal system. Okay, when they okay, when we do the contract, where civil law, the contract tend to be much shorter and less specific, whereas in common law, it's more expensive to draw. Okay, such as in Malaysia, we have common law, we Commonwealth, so common law. It is more expensive to draw up contract, but have greater flexibility. So alright, so this is the example. And also okay, another things that we have to consider when we do a business outside, the corruption level. So this is the top country. If you can, as you can see in this slide, low corruption is the yellow one, and the red one is medium to high corruption. So India, China, they have highest level of corruption. So when we go business in this country, so we need to take into account of these corruption issues. All right, so we move on to the main objective of our learning today is regional economic integration. We need to integrate because to reduce the barriers of the trade. So the barriers can be divided into as I mentioned just now, we have PEL, which is political. We have different political system. We have different economic system. We have different legal system. So we need to integrate. Okay, we need to these countries need to have an understanding what kind of political, economic, or PE, economic, legal, political, to adopt, okay, when they integrate. So this is based on the geographic region, yeah, so that they can remove the tariff and non-tariff barriers to the free flow of goods, services, and factor of production between each other. In Sabah, we have in, if I'm not mistaken, 1994, Malaysia, Brunei, Indonesia, Malaysia, and Philippines, BIM Piaga. Okay, so Sabah is part of this BIM Piaga. This one is to accelerate the economic development. When they have one system, the free flow, so they can do business without strict rules or barriers. So this one, this is one of the initiative to increase the trade, tourism, investment, inside and outside of sub-region in this BIM Piaga, BIMPEAGA. So you can Google about the BIM Piaga. Alright, so there are 5 common form of economic integration. Okay, so how do we see these levels? Okay, alright, so the higher degree of economic integration is political union, but this one is very seldom, yeah, they agree to this political union, because they need to agree on the one system, political system. For example, USA. So this is the highest degree of economic integration, which is politic. Okay, politic is the highest. The second highest is economic union. They have free flow of the product and factor of production between members, or a common external trade policy, a common harmonized tax rate, and a common monetary and fiscal policy. Because we are talking about economic, so what is economic? It is related to this, okay, the tax, the monetary, the fiscal policy, and the common market. There has no trade barrier between members, a common external trade policy, and free movement of the factor of production. So please guys, can you read this? Can you find an example of the union that using which one they use, okay, whether it is custom union, trade free, common market, economic union, or political. Okay, this is your task. Okay, so custom unions, they eliminate trade barriers between members and adopts a common external trade policy. And the low degree of economic integration, a very basic one, is a free trade. So free trade zone is the most basic or low degree of economic integration, meaning to say they are still they still have different economic system, different political system. This is only eliminates the barrier to the trades of goods and services among member. Alright, so why we need regional economic integration? Because we need trade. We need to increase the trade. More opportunity. When the trade increase, they have more opportunity, reduction of tariff, cooperation, cheaper price, because we have various choice of products. So this is in the customer side. The customer will gain from this in economic integration. And consensus and cooperation, easy to agree with smaller number of countries, because alright, they have a same system. The last one, employment opportunity, they can create more job if we do this economic integration. Another thing is they allow to specialize in the production of goods and services that they can produce efficiently. There is a theory for this. Okay, so each country should focus on what is their specialty or the strength. Okay, it suggests the free trade and FDI is positive activity in which all participating countries gain. So this is also an attempt to achieve additional gains from the free flow of free investment. Alright, so implication for regional economic integration. In terms of opportunities, all right, a lower cost, standard, simplified tax regime. So there's no longer a complicated process to export the product or to import the product. If they integrate, if they have agreement on the system, okay. PEL, political, economic, and legal. If they can standardize this structure, it will easier to do business, okay. Or this one is trade, but there are also a negative impact of this REI, because business environment become more competitive. The smaller country may have a difficulty to compete with this large um, country, but the smaller countries still can gain benefit by they can look for job, yeah, to the other country without much rules and regulations, okay. So small country that did not belong to any integration is left out from competition. So if the country disagree to join any integration union, like European Union, or we have more types of this integration. So this is your assignment, this is your task, to find an example, okay. Discrimination in terms of tax and political power. So this might happen. So alright, so after this is the end of today's slide. Then okay, so I will this is our Kahoot. So later on you need to answer this to test your knowledge, and as usual for the winner, okay, there is okay, there is a reward for the winner, right? Thank you very much.